Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Shock it. Let's get going. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales of the Future.
Yes.
World of 2099. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Al 2099 himself. It is.
That's right. Taking a trip back to the future to 30 years ago.
But how many years ahead?
Yeah. Past, present, and future all at the same time.
That's right, kids, because yes, we're going to do another episode of Spider-Man 2099, picking up where we left off last time. We did the first three.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do 4 through 8.
Yes, a couple of excellent stories here.
Oh, yeah. Peter David himself. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I just as that interest playing, I'm like, you know what I need to do? I need to go back and listen back to that interview Charlie and I did with Peter David, and just like try to get sound drops from that episode.
Yes. Yeah, I want to listen to that too. It's been a while. Yeah, listened to that a couple of years ago.
God, that might have been like 2017 or something. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
it would be cool to get him back on the show for an interview.
Yeah, I didn't know. It's I know a while ago he having health issues. Did
yeah.
I haven't seen any update. I assume no news is good news. Like he hasn't.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Maybe just recuperating in peace and
hopefully, yeah. And he's still working, so that's
so
yeah. Hopefully he's doing very well now. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, I swear, every week or so, it seems like we're losing another one of our.
Oh God, I know. Peter Gillis was last week.
Yeah. Then was it Don Perlin not too long ago or something?
Yes. Yeah. I have the next 10, 20 years are going to be devastating.
I know.
For people in our age bracket, it's going to be just awful. Yeah.
Especially like anyone we talk to personally, it's going to be like, oh God.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's get the two down here.
Let's not get it on a downer. Yeah.
All right, let's get into these Spider-Man issues. So we got 5 tonight, 4 through 8, and we will start with Spider-Man. 2099 number 4 from February 1993, The Specialist.
Yes. Not to be confused with the movie of the same name.
Yes, I was going to say, that was around that era too, right?
Yeah, it was like a year or two around this, yeah.
Writer Peter David, of course. Penciler Rick Leonardi. Inker Al Williamson. Colorist Noel Giddings. Letterer Rick Parker. And editor Joey Cavalieri and Sarah Mossoff. Gabriel O'Hara has parked his car on a deserted street with his new girlfriend, Casey Nash, in order to make out. Doesn't matter how far the future is, kids. There's some things that don't go out of style.
That's right. That's always going to be a constant.
Anyone on the internet lately? You got a Hawk 2 on that thing. On that thing. That's the drop I should pull. Got a Hawk 2 and spit on that thing. Oh. She asks why he doesn't take her home, and he explains that they need to seize the moment as it happens. However, here's the moment. However, the romantic moment is interrupted by the corporate assassin known as the Specialist as he slices off the roof off the top of Gabriel's car. The Specialist has come for Casey, but when he grabs her out of the car, she manages to get free and run. Gabe attempts to confront the Specialist, only to get pinned to a nearby wall with throwing stars. Meanwhile, at Babylon Towers, where I believe we left off last time, Miguel O'Hara answers his door and is grabbed by a member of the public eye. This is part of an entourage protecting Tyler Stone, who has come to bury the hatchet with Miguel. This is because with the sudden appearance of Spider-Man, Alchemax has decided to focus on protecting its members. Since injecting Miguel with Rapture, Tyler has noticed, well, he didn't inject it, I think he drank it. Tyler has noticed that Miguel has not come for another dose. He figures Miguel went to the black market to get more of the highly addictive drug, but decides to ignore this because he wants to make peace. Miguel daydreams about revealing that he is Spider-Man and forcing Tyler to ingest the Rapture, but snaps out of it when Tyler tries to get his attention. Tyler then assures him that after the disaster at their facility, he is calling an end to all human testing on Miguel's project until all the bugs have been worked out. He has decided this since he has figured out who Spider-Man really is. Miguel is shocked when Tyler says that Aaron Delgado is Spider-Man. He then gives Miguel a vow of rapture and leaves. All right, we got through 4 issues, kids, but finally, here we go. Meanwhile, in Latveria, Dr. Doom, goes. Stay tuned for December, kids. Goes over the footage from New York of Spider-Man's battle with Vulture. He finds it peculiar that his return was followed by that of Spider-Man and decides to examine these developments further. Back at Babylon Towers, Miguel begins putting street clothing over his Spider-Man costume. When his assistant Lila asks why he is doing this, he explains that he needs to hide the costume in case Tyler Stone has his apartment searched. After willing his finger talons to retract, he goes on to explain that he can't just destroy the costume since it is constructed out of unstable molecules, making it virtually indestructible. Also, since Stone is afraid of Spider-Man, he has decided to use his powers to stick it to Stone, at least until he can find a way to cure himself. When Miguel goes outside, he finds his brother Gabriel waiting for him. When Miguel asks what happened to the roof of his car, he tells him how the specialist kidnapped Casey and asks Miguel to use his connections at Alchemax to find out what happened. Miguel resists this, and when Gabriel tells him that Casey once said that with great power must come great responsibility, Miguel quips that she needs to stop reading fortune cookies. Peter David.
I love that.
I know. After Gabriel drops Miguel off at Alchemax, he goes to a meeting with Tyler Stone. When Stone asks why Miguel is wearing sunglasses, he explains that the Rapture has made his eyes light sensitive. He then begins asking Tyler why he thinks that Aaron Delgado is Spider-Man, only to be told that they should discuss it further in Tyler's office. Elsewhere in the facility, Casey Nash demands to know why the public eye has arrested her and is told that she was tried in absentia on terrorism charges. At that moment, Miguel and Tyler are taking a maglev device through the Alchemax building to get to Tyler's office. Stone begins explaining why he thinks Aaron is really Spider-Man. Not knowing what really happened to Aaron Delgado leaves Miguel feeling uneasy. That's when Casey manages to grab one of the guards' guns and attempts to escape captivity. Crossing paths with Tyler and Miguel, she takes O'Hara hostage. Squeezing his arm, Miguel accidentally squirts some of his webbing onto the floor. I hate when that happens. Which trips up Tyler and the public eye guards while Casey makes her get away with her hostage. On their way out, Miguel and Casey recognize each other. Casey is not impressed to meet Gabriel's corporate brother. After they get outside, she releases Miguel and makes a run for it. With a shadow passing over him, Miguel looks up and sees the specialist chasing after Casey on a hovercraft. Recognizing the specialist from Gabriel's description, Miguel finds himself caught in a dilemma. He thinks about what Gabriel was saying about power and responsibility and decides that great power doesn't create great responsibility, but guilt. Slipping into a Metro Express booth, Miguel quickly changes into a Spider-Man costume and goes after the specialist. Meanwhile, Casey tries to shoot the specialist, but he's able to deflect the bullets with his martial arts skills and weapons. He then cuts her weapon into pieces with his samurai sword. That's when Spider-Man arrives on the scene and snags the specialist's craft with a web line, causing him to crash. However, when Spider-Man tries to go toe-to-toe with the specialist, he quickly realizes how outmatched he is. The specialist quickly overpowers Spider-Man and raises his sword, preparing to land a killing blow.
And there's our first cliffhanger of the evening, folks.
Yeah. Right, I love that talk where, when Miguel's talking to Tyler Stone, and he's like, okay, either way, it's not good. Either Tyler Stone's lying to me about not knowing I'm Spider-Man, or Aaron Delgado's still out because they haven't found his body. He's like, he's
right.
out there alive, knowing way too much about this whole thing. So
yeah.
So that's like a nice other little cliffhanger that's going to hang over his head for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Which they will further develop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the little kind of fantasy sequence where Miguel kind of attacked Tyler Stone and was like, I'm going to ram this down your throat, you creep. He's going to take the Rapture and force feed it to him and give him some of his own medicine. I love that. The first time I read that, I was like, "Oh wow, is this really happening?" And then,
yeah.
and then it turned out, I was like, "Oh no, that was just in his head." Okay.
I love
I
love the page of Doom just sitting there watching footage of Spider-Man.
just sitting there, yeah.
Basically, like, yes, I encountered him earlier in his career. That, basically, like, the first time he appeared, I hit him by issue 5. Yes. Issue 4, yes.
He's twiddling his fingers. Yes,
exactly.
Yes. You got all these monitors up with footage of Spider-Man. I love Casey. I'd forgotten how much I loved her. She's a firecracker.
Yes.
She's taking the fight right to the specialist. She's like, "Shock you!" She's shooting right at him. I love it. She didn't take any mess. I love Casey Nash. She's fantastic.
Yeah. Her and Miguel are just like, wait. She's like, what's your name? O'Hara. She's like, oh, God.
Oh, God. Not one of the O'Haras.
No. Oh, I love Lila. I always love Lila. Especially when after he dresses and he's leaving the apartment, she's like, have a nice day at the office, dear.
Yes. Yeah, the virtual wife. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's the kind of spouse Lilith wants.
But not a hologram. You need
something solid.
Yes. You need to have something that you can touch every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
That's an awfully big rod he's got there. I need some muscle and some meat.
Exactly.
The whole great power, great responsibility. And it's like, no.
Yes. Stop eating those fortune cookies. I love that.
But yeah, that is cute, the little Metro Express thing, because he not only does he go into that booth to change, but he's like, yeah, it'll ship my clothes to my house. He's like, hopefully I'm there to meet him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that part was really cool.
Yeah, because that's a nice little panel, too, of him jumping out of that.
Yeah. That's another thing I absolutely love about this series is the artwork.
Oh, sorry, no, I didn't see your comments. Oh, shit, $20.99.
Yes.
Gonna get a chance to send feedback. Sorry, guys, I love these first issues. When the artwork changes a little later on, it gets a little hairy.
Yeah, I wonder, because I was looking earlier, and I only have actually up to issue number 21 of this, and I'm missing the other half of it. Because it went up to, 50 or something?
No, it only went to, what was it, like 40... maybe 46 or something. Yeah, something like that. Well, it's like, I know for some reason, I know Peter David left, and then I think they had to fill in for like the last 2 issues or something, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the creative team changed right at the end.
Yeah, something was good. Yeah, but
so I still don't know how the series ends. I have no clue. I haven't read it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I'm only missing like 1 or 2 of them or so, the issues or something. Yeah, because there was a span I had missed, but I filled in most of it except for like 1 or 2.
I was going to actually go back and get a bunch of the ones that I was missing, but it was, of course, right around the time that the movie had come out, Across the Spider-Verse. So all of the Spider-Man 2099 stuff was going for a mint.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah, it was impossible.
That's what I said. Anymore, I go for back issues. I'm like, okay, which one of these characters may appear in a movie soon? So let me scoop them up cheap before the price skyrockets.
Yes. Let's consult the Scrying Stone and see who's going to get their movie in the next couple of years.
No, I sort of wish they would have left 2099 alone after it petered out. You mean after like the first, like the run in the 90s? I mean, Peter David has come back to this, but I mean, some of the other stuff, yeah. But like Peter David has come back. There's a miniseries out now, Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. It has, it's Miguel.
Oh, really?
It's Venom 2099's in it. But yeah, Peter David's writing it. It's kind of like he kind of because they did a couple other Spider-Man 2099 miniseries. Peter David didn't write them. Was it Steve Orlando? I think.
I think I remember those.
But Peter David's writing. Yeah, Peter David's writing one now. It kind of picks up like right after his run on this series. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, I'd be interested to read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends who is doing it for me. The 2099 stuff. It depends who's doing it. There was another one. I think didn't Kurt Busiek do one?
Oh, I can't remember. I think Peter.
That mixed up with something else.
I think it was Peter David too. They did his one around the time it was like right after Superior Spider-Man, where like they trapped Miguel in the present day, and Peter David was writing out. He was kind of undercover at Alchemax and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Alchemax was like just forming or something. Yeah.
There was something else. It was a mini series. I can't remember. I'm going to look it up. But it was, I could have sworn there was somebody that I really liked that wrote it.
Yeah, 'cause there's been a few things. I mean, and I really didn't read it. Wasn't there a version of Miguel in like the Exiles or something? Or
Oh, I think so. Yeah, there was some type of a team that incorporated him briefly. Yeah, what was that thing?
yes, Justin, what was that thing?
Oh, was it? It's Time Storm 2090. Time Storm. Maybe that's what it was.
I know they do like a series after like all the regular books wrapped up was like World of 2099 or something, or
I don't remember.
I thought they did like a mini series or something like wrap it up or something. Oh yeah. Hey Noel, Doom 29 is still the best of the bunch by far. Well,
Yes.
stay tuned for December, Noel, because we're going to be doing the first couple issues of Doom 2099 for Doomcember.
Yes.
We're going to get a ton of Doom in December. Justin's going to be doing a bunch of Doom with me. Lilith, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Pretty much all the Marvel shows are going to be doing Doom episodes in December, kids. So
Yeah. Maybe it was this Manifest Destiny. Oh, it was written by Len Kaminsky. Okay.
Oh.
2099 Manifest Destiny. It was in 1998. And it looks like it was a one shot, 48 pages. That was good. That was also good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Ellen Kaminsky, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Manifest Destiny.
I can't remember if I read that or not, but I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it depends who's writing the 2099 stuff.
Exactly.
For me. It's hit or miss. But I love Spider-Man 2099. I love Doom 2099. I'll sing the praises of that all day long. And I loved X-Men 2099 as well, which had the same writer as Doom, which was John Francis Moore.
Oh, we're going to get to some of that, too, later in the year on X-Men Classics, some X-Men 2099, yes.
I'm excited about that, yeah.
I know Hulk 2099 is Russell's favorite.
He still has nightmares about that.
I was going to say, yeah, it's his favorite. It's so much his favorite, he's still twitching.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
Traumatized forever from that.
You gotta rub that one in.
Yeah.
All right, should we get to the next one?
Yes.
Oh, my. All right. Spider-Man 2099 for number 5 from March 1993, Blood Oath. We got the same team here. Yep. Attempting to rescue his brother's girlfriend, Casey Nash, from the Specialist, Spider-Man finds himself overpowered by the martial artist. At the Specialist's mercy, Spider-Man struggles while his foe tries to remove the reluctant hero's mask. However, the Specialist finds it is almost impossible to remove because Spider-Man had the forethought to web his mask to his face. Breaking free, he extracts his finger talons and slashes through the Specialist's chest armor. Watching this from his office monitors, Tyler Stone calls in his assistant Winston. He orders Winston to interrupt all public eye feeds with the battle between Spider-Man and the Specialist. Back outside, Spider-Man continues to battle the Specialist. Casey tries to make a run for it. That's when she sees a number of public eye flyboys heading to the scene of the battle. Although it is against her better judgment, she turns around and heads back to see what she can do to help Spider-Man. As the battle continues, Spider-Man wonders why Alchemax would hire a Stark Fujikawa assassin to do their dirty work. At that moment, at the headquarters of Stark Fujikawa, their leader Hikaru and his board of directors observe the battle as well. The other directors insist that they do something as the Specialist has never lost a battle before. However, Hikaru insists that it would be dishonorable to interfere. At the scene of the battle, Spider-Man notices the flyboys hovering over him to cut off any chance of escape. The distraction almost costs Spider-Man his life as the Specialist swings his sword. Spider-Man responds by slashing the Specialist's hand, forcing him to drop the sword. However, the Specialist is far from helpless as he pulls out a pair of nunchucks. While above, one of the flyboys wants to fly down and attack Spider-Man, despite orders to do otherwise. Elsewhere in the city, Gabriel O'Hara is working on a VR simulation of a Native American village when someone rings his doorbell. He hopes that it is Casey, but it turns out to be Miguel's fiancée, Dana D'Angelo. She is worried about Miguel because he hasn't been answering her calls. Gabriel says that he doesn't have a tight relationship with his brother. Dana tells Gabriel not to be distant with her, that they are still friends, even though she left Gabe for his brother. Oh, that's... Oh. She's one of those.
Ouch.
Okay.
Ouch.
Their moment is interrupted when the public eye feed turns on, showing them the battle between Spider-Man and the Specialist. At the scene of the battle, Casey spots the Flyboy, who is circling close to the ground, and leaps up onto his hovercraft. She kicks him off and then races towards Spider-Man. Seeing an escape, Spider-Man fires a web line onto the hovercraft. Unfortunately, the Specialist manages to grab Spider-Man's leg as he tries to escape. The Specialist continues to attack, mocking Spider-Man for not having the killer instinct to eliminate a foe. With the added weight, Casey is having a difficult time keeping the hovercraft steady. With no other choice, Spider-Man digs his claws into the Specialist's wrists and tells him to let go. The Specialist refuses to let go, but he ends up getting slammed into the side of a building. Despite his better judgment, Spider-Man swings down and rescues the Specialist. The Specialist still refuses to give up fighting. Losing his temper, Spider-Man slashes the Specialist's throat open. Seeing this, Sergeant Estevez orders the public eye to open fire on Spider-Man. This goes against Tyler Stone's orders, but they fire anyway. Struck by the bullet, Spider-Man is sent falling over the edge of a building and down into the darkness below.
Another cliffhanger ending.
Oh, nice, Noel. First, Noel says, "Nice shirt, Justin."
Oh, yes, thank you.
Shut up, Noel. I need clicks and views. I got to have the eye candy, okay?
That's right. It's summer, and I demand to be comfortable.
Exactly. Like, got that shirt. You probably don't have pants on, so come on.
You called it.
Well, that's what Lilith was saying the other day. She's like, why do you think I ain't on camera half the time? I'm like, oh, you're naked? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Poor Gabe.
Comfort is paramount.
She's dicking around. Yeah. Yes, Dana demands a certain kind of lifestyle.
There'll be some dicks waving around in here.
Dana likes to keep it in the family.
Oh my! She's like, Hawk 2, you gotta spit on that thing.
Oh, that's naughty.
Both brothers, she got to give them the old
gobble gobble.
There you go. The internet is all abuzz with Hawk 2. We got
gobble gobble.
Yeah, exactly.
Ray, I'm going to make you internet famous.
Yeah, we've got a better version.
Exactly. They like that southern accent. Wait till they get to catch a whiff of that Australian accent.
Gobble gobble.
They won't know what hit them, damn it.
Oh my god, I'll have to mention that to him tomorrow.
Yeah. On the Spider-Cast.
Exactly. That's right, kids. Ultimate Spider-Cast. What was that? 282. We're going to talk some more, Kane's Scarlet Spider. So.
Ooh, Kane is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. So, what you think of 5, Justin?
I love this. I love the action here. We have some great fight scenes between Spider-Man and the Specialist, and Casey once again being my spirit animal, jumping up on that guy's hovercraft and be like, "You should have belted on, stud," and she kicks him off.
Yes!
Takes off on it. I'm like, oh my god, I love this woman so much. She is fantastic. Yeah, this is great, and we've got some tremendous full page panels of action here that are just gorgeous to behold. I love this artwork. I can't say enough good things about it. Yeah. Yeah,
you say the name Rick Leonardi, Spider-Man 2099 is the first thing that comes into my head.
Me too. Absolutely. And I noticed too, reading this earlier, some of the background panels, they could kind of just be duds because there's literally nothing in the background in a lot of these panels. But the colorist does a good job of inserting kind of different colors to fill it in and make it so that it's just not blank space.
Yeah.
And so that it's eye-catching and it's interesting and it still looks good.
Oh, good point. No. Let me... stupid mouse. All right. Yeah, no, so I love how much more brutal Rick seems to draw the 2099 world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very brutal and kind of dirty looking, and and the colorist too does a good job of portraying it as kind of that, very kind of grim, and just it looks very, very much dystopian. Totally.
Oh yeah, wait till these next couple issues when we get to downtown.
Oh yeah, that's even more grimy. Yeah.
All right, you ready for 6?
Yes.
All right.
Downtown.
Either do the 6 or do the
9. Thank you, AI Lilith. All right, Spider-Man 2099, number 6, April 1993, Downtown. I think we got the same team here again. In the slum known as Downtown, a pair of watchdogs, the watchdogs, are cruising the neighborhood. They spot a young mother and her child walking down the street. Checking their computer record, they determine that her insurance isn't paid up and decide to have some fun. They grab the woman and her child and drag them into a nearby alley. However, before the men can rape the woman, Spider-Man suddenly emerges from the garbage asking for help. The two watchdogs recognize the reluctant hero from the Uptown video feeds and try to eliminate him. Quickly thinking, Spider-Man quickly dispatches the two thugs. When he asks the woman where he is, she runs away in fear, leaving the masked hero more confused and disoriented than ever. He tries to climb back up to New York, but it is too painful because he broke something when he fell. Well, when he got shot. Spotting the watchdog's buggy, he climbs in and asks the vehicles on board the computer to return him to Babylon Towers. Unfortunately, the location is out of range. He then tells the vehicle to get him out of there. Meanwhile, Uptown, Tyler Stone and his board of directors go over the footage of Spider-Man being mowed down by the public eye. He believes that Spider-Man is dead and is furious at Sergeant Estevez for disobeying orders and fires him with prejudice. With that, Tyler has his assistant Winston remove Estevez from the building. On his way out, the former sergeant vows to get revenge against Tyler Stone. That's when Tyler Stone is contacted by the CEO of Alchemax, who demands to know why they failed to capture Spider-Man, as he wanted to use the hero against Stark Fujikawa. According to the CEO, this is a lost potential, especially since he was familiar with the original Spider-Man. He then warns Stone that he must restore the company's faith in him, then terminates the call. Stone calls Winston back into his office and orders a team of public eyes gathered to go searching for Spider-Man's body downtown. Oh, okay. That's what I thought I read. That shadowy figure, I don't think they ever revealed it, but according to Peter David, the shadowy CEO of Alchemax was originally intended to be an aged Peter Parker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
really?
I know when I read this, I'm like, oh, it's probably Norman Osborn. No, he's saying that was supposed to be old man Peter Parker.
Oh, wow.
However,
that's cool.
However, Pat Mills and Tony Skinner revealed in Ravage 2099-11 that the Alchemax CEO was an entirely different entity known as Avatar.
Avatar, I was going to say, yeah,
Avatar was. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was the dude later on who met his demise at the hands of Doom.
Yes.
Yeah, Doom put the boots to that dude. Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm all intrigued. I'm like, man, I want to see the story Peter David would have wrote, had that been old man Peter Parker.
I know. I want to read that
yeah.
now. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, because he would have been what? How old would he have been at the time of this? 2099?
I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to be what, in the present day, in his 20s or something. So, I mean.
Yeah. Be some type of old cyborg, yeah.
That's how, or his spider powers are keeping him alive or something.
That's possible. Yeah, maybe he had some use.
I mean, he's no Wolverine, but he has kind of. I mean, he does heal quicker than normal, so maybe. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Should have taken bets how long this was going to take. Noel says, "I love how Peter David mostly thought the dystopia of the future would be corporate." Yes,
I love the sequence in the beginning with the insurance. About how they've got this tablet. This is basically, you can just check anybody's ID on that thing and be like, oh, you haven't paid up your insurance yet.
Oh, well, I guess we can rape you. You didn't pay your insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I mean, this was 1992, 1993.
No, which is coming true faster than 20. Yes.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're pretty much almost already there. Yeah.
Although I think it's kind of a dead heat race between, corporations and, politics.
Yeah, which is going to destroy us quickly.
Although they're so intertwined, at this point. Everyone's in bed together. So,
which they were in 2099 too. As we discover later on, the politicians were very much, on the pockets of the corporations.
Meanwhile, the buggy continues to drive the injured. Indel says one and the same. Yep. Meanwhile, the buggy continues to drive the injured Spider-Man through downtown. Delirious from the pain, he thinks he is talking to his holographic assistant, Lila. He explains how he survived the fall by using his talons to scrape along the wall to slow his fall. Still, his body is seriously injured and says he needs to get to a doctor. This activates the voice commands in the buggy and that begin bringing him to the nearest doctor. Elsewhere, Casey Nash searches downtown aboard her stolen public eye hovercraft looking for any sign of Spider-Man. Having no luck, she decides to get some help to get some friends to help. At that same moment, uptown, Gabriel is rushing to his car, trying to brush off his ex-girlfriend Dana D'Angelo. Exes. She wants to know why he suddenly wants to take off after they saw Spider-Man's apparent demise. He brushes it off and tells her that he has an appointment that he needs to get to. However, he actually drives toward the tunnel to downtown. Once his car reaches the end of the maglev lines, it switches the tires. I love it. She's like, "You're not going downtown, are you?" He's like, "Of course not. They don't even have maglev down there. You're going to like drive on tires." While back in downtown, the buggy pulls up to a nearby docks in a box. The doctor comes out and sees the injured man in the buggy. He calls for a nurse. By this time, the public eye has arrived in downtown, learning about Spider-Man's survival and theft of a buggy, and are working with the watchdogs to track it. As they follow the signal, they are unaware that a strange winged figure is watching them from the rooftops. Later, Spider-Man wakes up in the docks in a box with his wounds treated. The doctor explains, it says he, but I thought it was a she. Doctor explains that they help the hero for free because they are a Thorite, and Spider-Man is considered a harbinger of Thor.
Yes. Yeah, holy figure. Yeah.
Yes. However, Spider-Man doesn't want to listen to this religious nonsense and leaves. Once outside, he is surrounded by the public eye and watchdogs. When he tries to escape in the buggy that brought him, they blow it up. Making a run for it, Spider-Man sets up webbing snares to knock down two of the public eyes who chase after him. That's when the hero is cornered by members of the watchdogs. However, before they can apprehend Spider-Man, something swoops down and cuts the watchdogs to ribbons. Still weak from his injuries, Spider-Man begins to pass out when he's picked up off the ground by a man calling himself the Vulture, who believes that he and Spider-Man will become great friends.
Yeah. Another cliffhanger ending.
Yes, yeah, I know.
One right after the other. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the whole concept of docks in a box, too. That was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Just this random, like, little box in every neighborhood with a doctor in it.
And especially, yeah, like downtown, like did they explain this? I think where it's like, yeah, this is the original New York City, and that sometime in the future they just started building on top of it. And that's where all,
yeah, they couldn't build around it. They ran out of place to build, so they just kept going upwards. Yeah.
Because even a lot of people like Miguel's like, what is this place? He doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's like a no man's land. People are forbidden to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the Vulture even tells him later in one of these upcoming issues, it's like, yeah, it's like it's either the poor or whatever, just people,
Yeah, unemployed, poor.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love the art on that page where he's talking to Lila and kind of reminiscing about his fall down the side of the side of the building. The art in that is fantastic. It's just so good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way they like colored that too, just like the purple and
yes, yeah, it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this artwork is really, really fantastic. Yeah, and I love how we have different kind of glimpses into the world of 2099 in this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Which we had bits and pieces of in the other issues leading up to this. But this one featuring the spotlight on the downtown stuff, I felt gave a better glimpse of what this world was really about.
Oh, yeah, because, we would follow Miguel around, who's basically, as we'll find out later, he was basically a child prodigy. Alchemax was after him pretty early on. And so,
yes, he's lived a very cushy life. Yeah.
All right. Anything else, or should we get to number 7?
No, let's move on to the next one.
All right. Spider-Man 2099, number 7 from May 1993. Wing and a Prayer. So looks like mostly the same here. This time we got colorist Steve Buscetto. So. After blacking out during a clash with the watchdogs and public eye, Spider-Man is pulled off the streets of downtown by the Vulture. He is observed by Casey Nash, who tries to save the hero from the Vulture's clutches. The Vulture then uses his talons to wreck Casey's hovercraft, sending her crashing. Seeing this, Spider-Man struggles to get free so he can save Casey. The Vulture knocks him out and flies away, while Casey manages to bail out of her crashing hovercraft. Meanwhile, Dana D'Angelo goes to Babylon Tower to look for her fiancé, Miguel O'Hara. There, his holographic assistant Lila tells her that Miguel hasn't been home for a few days. In her concern, she ignores the strange things that Lila is saying that would have given away his double identity. That's so funny. She's like, well, if you want to get to the street quicker, you could jump out the window. She's like, oh, thanks. And then she walks out the door. And Lila's like Miguel did the other day.
Goodbye, Dana.
Back downtown, Gabriel searches the streets for any sign of his brother. Along the way, he runs into the Fenris gang, who tries to steal his maglev car. Not willing to give up his ride, Gabriel plows through them, managing to take one of their guns. At that moment, Spider-Man wakes up in a cell and is feeling much better. However, something really smells really bad. Oh boy. Yeah. Realizing that he's been locked out, the reluctant hero decides to try and get out. That's when the Vulture's second in command, Sergeant at Arms, comes to bring him food. Spider-Man waits until the Sergeant gets close enough to be knocked out when he smashes through the cell door. In the next room, he finds the Vulture drinking some crimson liquid from a bowl. He welcomes Spider-Man and introduces the hero to his gang, the Freakers. Spider-Man is also told that he is downtown, a section of old New York that exists in squalor since New York was built over top of it. It is viewed as the bottom of the corporate ladder, and rival gangs of freaks and outcasts struggle in a game of survival of the fittest. The Vulture has gotten it into his head that Spider-Man was created by one of the many independent corporations, or indies, which I'll get into later in the series. Unfortunately, Spider-Man's own ignorance of the outside world proves to anger the Vulture. While back uptown, Sergeant Rico Estevez returns to his apartment after being fired from the public eye by Tyler Stone. There he discovers that all of his belongings have been repossessed and that he is being evicted from his apartment courtesy of Alchemax. Furious, Estevez vows to get revenge against Tyler Stone. Back at the Vulture's den, Spider-Man listens to the gang leader's proposal to take down Alchemax. As he listens to the Vulture's insane ravings, he looks around the room and notices that there are a lot of human skeletons laying around. He quickly puts together that the Vulture and his Freakers are a gang of cannibals.
The other white meat.
Alright. This realization angers Spider-Man that he savagely attacks the Vulture. However, the hero is forced to fall back when Sergeant at Arms begins to open fire, prompting Spider-Man to retreat. Meanwhile, Tyler Stone is on a virtual sailing expedition when he is contacted by Hikaru of Stark Fuchikawa. The rival CEO is upset at what happened to his agent, the Specialist, during his battle with Spider-Man. Here, Hikaru has figured out that Stone intentionally hired the Specialist because Spider-Man would get involved and remove him from the playing board. Seeing this as an insult, Hikaru warns Tyler that he will not forget this insult. With the call over, Tyler is interrupted by his assistant Winston, who tells him that Miguel's fiancée, Dana D'Angelo, has come to see him. Terminating the virtual reality simulation, Stone agrees to visit her. She has come to confront Tyler for addicting Miguel with rapture, and has come to give her a piece of her mind. However, Tyler Stone quickly manipulates the situation into making Dana sympathetic to him over Miguel's strange behavior. Downtown, Spider-Man continues to flee from the Vulture's lair and ends up in the meat locker where the Vulture stores the bodies of his victims. The stench of rotting meat is too much for the hero, who makes a quick escape up an elevator shaft to get out of the stench. However, the Vulture isn't following closely behind. Even Spider-Man's attempt to crush the Vulture under an elevator car fails, and their fight is taken into the air. Elsewhere, Gabriel continues to search for his brother when someone sneaks up behind him. Frightened, Gabriel turns around and fires his gun. It's only then that he realizes that he had just shot his girlfriend, Casey Nash. I'm sorry, should be. Oh, yes, he realized he shot his girlfriend, Casey Nash.
Yeah. A cliffhanger and an oopsie all in one. That was the surprise. That was a real big surprise. I thought that the cliffhanger was going to be something to do with the Vulture, but no.
Yes.
No, it's just Gabriel being a dumbass.
No, haven't gotten to the Thor worshippers yet. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in and out.
The Thorites?
Yeah, like I know in the first three when we covered them, there was a Thorite up on the roof when he was originally escaping from Alchemax. And the Doctor who patches him up in this one is a Thorite.
Yeah, they do appear here and there later on throughout this. Yeah.
All right.
I love the fact that the Vulture is so different than the original Vulture. Just completely. Like, the only thing that's the same thing as the name, really, and the aesthetic of the flying stuff.
I mean, you could have
made...
Peter David could have made him a thief or anything else, but he literally made him a vulture. He's picking the bones of the dead.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. It's so cool. And it fits this dark dystopian future.
Yes.
To have somebody like that would just be driven to the depths of cannibalism.
Oh my God, is that you, Tyler? He's like, the owl!
Oh, hey, Tyler.
Who was that? The owl.
Watching Marvel Tales on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll teach you
nice.
some Spider-Man 2099, and then
very nice. Very nice.
Captain Marvel's record the next episode.
That's right. Some more Peter David stuff.
Yes, it's Peter David night here on Marvel Tales.
That's right. I love the subplot too with Estevez. That was another thing I really enjoyed about this. And another great talent of Peter David is that he has a knack for taking these characters who are really minor, kind of ancillary characters that pop up. And you kind of think that they're going to be throwaway characters the first time that you read the story. You're like, oh, this person's going to be gone in like an issue or two. But they keep coming back. Like, he doesn't throw them away. He actually utilizes these characters and develops them and turns them into something else later on. I absolutely love that. Like, the first time I read his run on Hulk, I thought that was going to be the case with Marlowe. I thought, Marlowe's not going to stick around very long. And I was totally wrong. I was absolutely 100% wrong. Marlowe, I mean, she's still around. So
I know.
I was totally wrong about that, yeah. I just love how he does that. He takes characters and you think that they're not going to be developed or turned into anything.
Yeah.
And they definitely are.
I'm thinking Marlowe's a favorite of Peter David's because, I mean, she went from the Hulk book for a while, and then she'll be in that Captain Marvel we're talking next episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, but I always say it, poor Rick Jones, having to follow the Hulk as an ex-boyfriend, having to follow Joe Fixit.
Yeah, that's going to give you an inferiority complex right off the bat.
They don't call it Hulk Smash for nothing.
Smash it!
All right, should we get to the last one?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up with Spider-Man 2099, number 8, from June 1993, Flight of Fancy. Same team as the last issue. Steve Buscetto still here on colors. Father Jennifer, who will appear again in this series, does her rounds among the pews of St. Patrick's Cathedral, checking on her charges. Seeing the suffering of the people of downtown, the people of the downtown endure, she prays for a sign that things will get better. Suddenly, Spider-Man comes crashing through a stained glass window, battling the Vulture. And again, it doesn't matter if it's current Marvel, future Marvel. Again, the people doing the best business, the glass makers.
Yes. Yeah.
Elsewhere downtown, Gabriel O'Hara patches up the wound on his girlfriend's forehead. Casey Nash is unimpressed that he accidentally shot her, although she's incredibly lucky that the bullet only creased her brow. The bullet...
She just shook it off.
The bullet didn't kill her. She's indestructible.
Superior puss!
Exactly.
However, she becomes impressed with Gabe when he tells her that he took the gun off a member of the Fenris Street Gang. She quickly tells Gabriel how she briefly met his brother Miguel during her brief incarceration at the hands of Alchemax. That's when there is a knock at the door. It's the members of Casey's gang, the Throwbacks. She tells Gabriel that they have a job to do, but since he was able to take a gun off of Fenris, he should be able to handle himself on this mission. Back at St. Peter's, Father Jennifer orders the two combatants to get out of her church. Hearing this, Spider-Man tells her that he is really trying. Deciding to indulge the priest, the Vulture goes back outside, telling Spider-Man to join him if he dares. When the reluctant hero follows after the Vulture, he sees that the rest of the Freakers are waiting for him. Trying to avoid going outside, the Vulture is forced to shove Spider-Man outside. The hero falls into the mob below. He tries to get away, but is pulled back down into the mob. At that moment, at Alchemax headquarters, Tyler Stone takes Dana D'Angelo on a virtual tour of the company's big projects. He first shows her their Mars 1 prototype colony, then the undersea facility dubbed Atlantis. He goes on to explain how important Miguel's bioengineering work is to these projects. Recalling how Dana works for the New Market Agro department of Cynthia East, he suggests working on a partnership between Cynthia and Alchemax, and later on in this series, he's going to suggest a much more personal partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Noel. Always with you, Noel. I feel like Peter David came from the Gerber school like J.M.D. Mateus.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, everyone learned at Steve Gerber's feet.
Yeah. He was great. He was one of the greatest, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the story? Like, Peter David was working, was it like in the accounting department or something? And like he wanted to try his hand at writing and just like.
Oh, really?
I think so. He was I think he was working on something. It wasn't like the creative end, and like somehow he got a shot and just like impressed the hell out of them, I guess. Was it on Spider-Man or something? It was like one of his early,
I think that's one of the first ones that
It
Marvel
is one of the first ones,
was Spider-Man, yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I didn't know that he worked in the accounting department.
I can't remember if it was the accounting, but yeah, I seem to remember it wasn't like on the creative end of things, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Oh, yeah. Well, back downtown, Spider-Man begins losing his temper with the members of the Freakers and threatens to kill them if they don't stop. He's grabbed from behind by Sergeant-at-Arms, who holds Spider-Man up for the Vulture to strike. However, the hero manages to struggle free, making the Vulture strike his own man. right in the ass. Because didn't the Vulture even say, "Oh, sorry, Sergeant-at-Arms, I wasn't in the mood for rump roast or something."
Yeah, rump roast. Yeah, that's what he said. Oops.
That Peter David dialogue there. That's when the Casing throwbacks arrive on the scene to lend a hand. With the throwbacks joining the battle, Spider-Man notices his brother among their numbers. Not wishing anyone else to get hurt, the reluctant hero tries to climb away. The Vulture follows after him, catching up with Spider-Man as he reaches the underside of Uptown. There, Spider-Man has the advantage among the pipes and other outcroppings. Ultimately, the hero manages to snare the Vulture in webbing, making the Vulture fall back to downtown. With the battle over, Spider-Man decides to check to see if his brother is safe, then heads back home. Back uptown, former Public Eye Sergeant Rico Estevez is wondering what to do now that he is unemployed and homeless. He is approached by a woman named Angela Daskalakis. She offers him the opportunity to get back against Tyler Stone and Spider-Man. Interested, Rico accepts the offer.
Not exactly a cliffhanger ending in this one, but it definitely sets up the stage for what happens next.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, there's more stuff with Estevez coming, which is great.
All right, so yeah, again, I'm sure you love this series. I love this series. Again, yeah. This is gold. Yeah, I love this one. Again, if you guys love Spider-Man 2099, like in Across the Spider-Verse and stuff, yeah. I mean, read all of the stuff, but yeah, start with the 90s stuff. Again, that's where it all began. It's on Marvel Unlimited, so.
I think the whole series is, right?
Yes, I believe the whole thing is on there, so.
Maybe I'll whip that up and go back and read the rest of these that I'm missing instead of waiting until I get the floppies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you only have what, like 21 or something? You said.
Yeah, 21 or 22, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like by 25,
I know it wasn't 25 because that had the special cover, and I don't have that one.
Yeah, no, because they were that's a big one. They reveal like 2 different like secrets in that one, and then later on, was it in the like 30s or something? We get like Venom 2099 and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. I missed all that stuff. Yeah, I'd like to read that.
And towards the end, we get like a version of the Green Goblin.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, yes. Noel.
Was that in the Peter David stuff with the Green Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Noel's, yes, they are all on Marvel Unlimited, Noel, that original series, so.
Nice.
I don't know if the rest of the series are, but yeah, Spider-Man is, I know that.
Yeah, that'd be definitely worth reading in full. I think that they've collected it too in a couple of various collections, the whole thing.
I think so,
over the years. I think there's a few trade paperbacks available, although those are probably going for a mint now, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, I was going to say, okay, everyone starts snapping up your Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, and probably Doctor Doom, whatever.
Yes.
Because once that movie hits, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because like we were talking about on Marvel or X-Men Classics, I mean, Wolverine 88 from the 90s is going up in price now because that was the first encounter of Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh, right. The one that we covered on X-Men Classics.
Yeah, with Diane, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Noel says, I think he says he's seen those in those collections at his LCS. Yep.
Yeah, those would be nice to get too if you don't want to get all the floppies.
Yeah.
Those trade paperbacks. Yeah, that'd be nice. Hopefully they'll do like some epic collections or something of the 2099 line.
Yeah, they should.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice to see that.
Because again, Spider-Man made it to 46. The rest of the series, I don't think even made it that far. So some of them you can probably do in one volume. This, even if you do like 2 volumes or something,
You could do 2 volumes for Spider-Man. Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember. Was there a Spider-Man 2099 annual? Maybe I can't remember.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Unless I'm thinking. Unless I'm thinking of 25 or something. Yeah, I can't remember, but.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't. Most of them didn't get annuals.
Yeah, I'm always of the mind that, like, they especially these 90s series that didn't, don't have a million issues to them. They should collect all this.
Oh yeah, they did have an annual for 2099s. It was just a single one in '94, and of course that's going for $50.
I was going to say, I think I have this. Yeah, because I think I got it after the fact. But yeah,
that you could sell that and make a mint now. Phil.
I know. You know what? Oh God! You know what I have that I think is worth at least a couple $100? The original volume of Ultimate Spider-Man, #1.
Oh.
They did. It's like a variant cover where the black background's just like blank white.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think that one's going for. I know. Last time I looked a few years ago, it was like a couple $100. I thought.
No kidding.
All right. So, anything else on these, Mr. Justin?
No, I really loved this story with the Vulture and the Specialist. I thought both of those were great. And the stuff going on with, like Noel was saying, just showing how kind of grim and gritty this world is.
Mm-hmm.
Peter David did such a great job of that in this series. It really kind of peeling back the layers and showing the reader what this world was really like. Which they did to a certain degree in the other series as well, but it was different. It was handled much differently. And here, like I said, you really see in depth the lives of some of these people. Yeah, it's great. And I love too like I said, the stuff with Casey. She's fantastic. The subplot with Estevez was great.
Yes.
Some of the surprises, the surprise cliffhangers were always fun. Yeah, it's a great series. This is just gold. And the fact that he was writing 3 series at the time, he was doing this, he was doing Hulk, he was doing X-Factor, I still can't wrap my head around it. The level of quality was just so high for all 3 of those series.
That was just Marvel, because I was going to say, was he writing... Oh, no, this might have been before the fact, but eventually he adds, like, Supergirl to that, too. What was Supergirl like?
Yeah.
It might have been mid-90s.
I feel like that was later, though.
It might have been after Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099 ended. But yeah, I mean, he went to
Aquaman for a while too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he might be writing Aquaman at this point. Yeah. So
yeah, he was doing so much, and just it was always consistently so good. I can't say enough good things about Peter David. And like I said, the artwork from Rick Leonardi also.
Yes.
Like this I think is really his best work. I loved all of his Spider-Man stuff that he did in the 80s, but this I feel is just some of his best artwork ever. Yeah, I just love it to bits.
Oh yeah. Like I said, the first thing I think of when I hear Rick Leonardi is this art.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a great poster actually of Rick Leonardi. I think it was in one of the 30th anniversary issues.
Oh yeah. Is it Peter
Spider-Man 29 and Peter Parker?
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah,
and that's the beauty. I might dig that out and throw that into a frame one of these days.
Yeah, I probably have that in issue somewhere. Yeah, that is so. It's basically like a double page spread, but yeah, it is so good. Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
Noel says Rick's best work and my favorite Peter work. You know what?
Nice.
I love this, but I don't know. I might still have to give it to him for Hulk as my favorite Peter David stuff.
I think that's my favorite too.
Yeah,
but
especially
this is right up there. And X Factor too is tough because I love the X Factor.
Yeah,
so
X Factor is so good. Yeah, but again, I might have to give it to Joe Fixit, the Joe Fixit era. You know, the Gray Hulk. Ugh.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, next time we're going to cover some more Peter David. This time from Captain Marvel 0 through 3 from the year 2000. So we're going to jump ahead a little bit here.
And these were new to me. I hadn't read these before, so that was also exciting.
Yes. No, I'm not as attached to. He's not as attached to Hulk. And he goes, that Miguel and Peter crossover is silly. Yes. Yeah, Miguel. Yeah, they swap places, and Miguel wakes up in bed with Mary Jane.
Yeah. Oops.
So yes, next time we're going to cover Captain Marvel, Genus Vell from the Peter David. Well, the first Peter David volume, because he did do 2 volumes of it. So
yes.
And I had forgotten until I did the reread. Yeah, one of your favorites is in there, Moondragon.
Yes, I was excited to see her, and she looks great too. The artwork in that is so good. Yeah.
And then in 2 weeks, we're going to get back to Alpha Flight, just like we got back to Spider-Man 2099 here. Alpha Flight 5 through 8. So some John Byrne Alpha Flight.
Yeah, going back to one of our more popular episodes on Marvel Tales from the past.
Going back to the 80s, bitch.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, no, I got to read that again. It's been so long since I read that crossover between the 2 Spider-Men. Miguel giving it to JJJ is super funny. All right, so and then after the Alpha Flight episode, we start our Atlantis Attacks crossover, our 9 weeks of Atlantis Attacks, because we're going to cover all the annuals.
All summer long.
So, so we're basically going to hit everyone who's in the Marvel Universe at that point.
Yeah. What was it, 1989?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
All the Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, Avengers, all the X-Books, Silver Surfer, Punisher.
Even Punisher.
Daredevil. Yeah, everyone, it seems like everyone who's in the Marvel Universe at that point is going to be in this. So
it was amazing that they tied it all together like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, because I don't think everyone was in Evolutionary War, but the Atlantis Attacks.
No, they weren't.
They pretty much tied in everyone, I think so.
Yeah. With varying degrees of success.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. As we'll discover as we go.
Oh yeah. Takes off his mask and says, "Do you know me?" So, Fool's rereading Spider-Man meets Spider-Man 2099 as we speak.
Oh.
All right, so so send us your thoughts on all the upcoming stuff or your Spider-Man 2099 thoughts. Darn it. I didn't throw any of the covers up this time. Darn it, I had them ready to go, too.
Oh, well, you've got them in the background, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, if you're watching this video, yes, they are in the background, yes. So I went for my social media thing here, and I was just like, man, darn it, I stayed up late doing that, too, last night. Damn it.
Oh,
all right. So.
I'll try to remind you for the Captain Marvel one.
Well, yeah. Now that I yelled at myself, I should remember the Captain Marvel one. Sorry, kids. I'm kind of laggy here because I think the computer's getting hot because of damn weather. Get the graphic if I can get it. All right, CapesandLunatics at gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-3.
Summertime.
Yes, again.
Summertime in the city.
And again, like I said, of course, the genius that I am made my podcasting room the only room in the house that doesn't have air conditioning. So yes, CapesandLunatics at gmail.com or 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, get your brand new Capes and Lunatics, Capes and Lunatics sidekicks.
Brand new stuff.
Yes, new logos, new merch. Again, the old stuff's on there, too, if you want to look like Old Man Ray. Sorry, Ray. And, of course, there's a random Cash App link if you just want to rain money on us. Again, Lilith demands it.
Make it rain.
And, of course, the Patreon, where Lilith and I try to do something different every month. The June episode will be we talk all the QIA characters from Marvel and DC.
Very cool.
Yes. So yes, please join the Patreon. Please rain random money on us. Pretend we are that girl dancing her way through college or cosmetology school or whatever it is.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
Thank you, Noel. Yes, I know. Also, old men forget. All right. So, so find it all in one place. That's tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. So, now for this Justin the Owl. Again, you can catch him here every week on Marvel Tales. You can catch him, again, at least once or twice a month on X-Men Classics with me. Catch him here once a month on Energon Universe with me and Russell talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff coming from Image. And again, over on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks, you can catch him once a month at least on We Are the Night, the
Batman Podcast,
where we talk all things Azrael. But again, he's been known to drop in for a Catwoman or a Killer Moth every so often.
Yes, some special stuff. And
yes.
I'll be showing up later on this year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We all... Again, I always try to get Lilith and Justin together as much as I can. Like to tempt fate or like that. All right, but
Agents of Smash.
That's right. But that's not the only place this man podcasts. So, Justin, where else do yours works? Where else can people find you?
On this lovely little advertisement that Phil has created, you can also find me on Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is. Talk about the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk with my pal Russell every month. And Predator and Prey, the Yocha podcast. We're joined by the High Priest of Khonshu Ray, and we are currently discussing the classic Dark Horse comics that are focused on the Predator, as well as my last and not least, my solo project, The Lost Library of Legends, is still going strong. And by the time that this episode comes out, I should have a new episode on an Image title called Wildstar.
Ooh.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch.
I don't know if that was the era. I just had to play that button.
Yeah, that was from the 90s. That was from the 90s. Good, yeah, good guess.
Oh, nice.
Double biscuits for me.
I love Drunk Justin videos.
Well, that escalated quickly. Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown. I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
See, it's not dead bodies. Justin has biscuits in his meat locker. All right.
That's right. That's right. One for every night of the week.
Oh, my. Hey, Lilith. All right. Thank you for joining us. Come back in 1 week for you. We're going to record this in a few minutes. Yes. The first, kind of like 3.5 issues of Captain Marvel by Peter David from the year 2000. In the year 2000. So yeah, kids. Cannibals, corporations, they're all the same. Shock it. Come back next time.